Recently, news said that Felipe Massa, a former Formula One driver, is taking legal action. He thinks that something called Crashgate unfairly stopped him from winning the championship in 2008. He believes he should get the championship title he deserves. And surprisingly, Massa even sent a notice to FIA officials, saying he might ask for compensation for the 2008 World Championship, which Lewis Hamilton won back then. This could mean Hamilton might lose his first World Championship title. But what's the exact story around it? Was F1 involved in the Crashgate? Will Hamilton really lose his first title? Let's find out the details in this video. So here's how it all started way back in 2008. In 2008, Massa and Hamilton had a big competition in Formula One. They both wanted to win the championship, and it all came down to the last race in Brazil. Massa had to win and hope that Hamilton finished 6th or lower for him to become the champion. Massa did win the race. At first, it seemed like he had won the championship, but in the final moments, Hamilton managed to pass another driver, Glock, and finished in 5th place, just enough to win the championship by 1 point. But the real trouble started earlier in Singapore. There was a controversial incident called Crashgate. Renault driver Nelson Piquet Jr. deliberately crashed, which brought out a safety car. This helped his teammate Alonso win the race. Ferrari had to change their strategy because of the safety car, and Massa's pit stop went wrong, causing him to drop to 13th place. Hamilton finished 3rd, increasing his lead in the championship. Crashes are normal in racing, but what made this one different was that Piquet later said that Renault had told him to crash on purpose to help Alonso. Massa wanted the race results to be cancelled at that time, which would have made him the champion. However, Formula One didn't allow it because once the championship trophy is given, it can't be taken away. The primary question here is, what does Massa believe? Now, Massa is saying that Formula One knew about this suspicious crash even before the 2008 season ended. He believes there's enough proof to show that Formula One didn't do anything to fix this problem until it was too late to change who won the championship. Here's why this is a big deal. Massa lost the championship by just 1 point. He thinks that if Formula One had acted on Crashgate right away, he would have earned more points and easily become the champion. When Piquet Jr. crashed, Massa was in the lead. But because the rules at that time didn't allow pit stops until all the cars were behind a safety car, Massa had to stop later, and he ended up in 13th place, far from getting any points. And that's not it. Felipe Massa has sent a letter to the bosses of Formula One and the FIA, which is like the F1 police. In the letter, he basically says, I should have won the 2008 championship, and F1 and the FIA knew about the cheating but didn't do anything. He believes he lost lots of money and his good reputation because of this. F1 hasn't said anything back yet, but they probably will now that Massa has taken legal action. The FIA did confirm they got the letter, but they haven't said much else. They just said they're looking into it and won't say more for now, so it looks like things might get interesting in the world of Formula One soon. This situation is quite tangled, and it's easy to understand why Massa wants to be the 2008 champion. But what about Lewis Hamilton? The rules of the FIA, the group that runs Formula One, say that they can't change competition results after 14 days. So, Hamilton might not need to worry. However, Massa said in an interview that he wants to look into this further. He wants to see what the laws and rules say and figure out what's possible. One thing he could do is go to something called the International Court of Appeal. The FIA says this is the highest authority for making decisions in cases like this. The tricky part is that the FIA wasn't part of the cheating scandal, so it might be hard for them to take away Hamilton's championship. Massa isn't giving up hope, though. He points to other sports like cycling, where athletes like Lance Armstrong lost their titles when they were found to have cheated. He's basically asking, why is this different? So we'll have to wait and see what happens next. What do you think of Massa's story? Do you think Hamilton will lose the first title? Comment below and subscribe for more.